All Ball TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah.
Sir.
Favorite perspective. Expect it, so accept it. Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one. I'm here.
Come on, man. All Ball.
Listen, man. Start spreading the news. It's
That's
up to you, New York. Let's go, baby.
You hear,
Game
you hear the
six.
rumblings. Game 6 is upon us.
Yes, sir.
Very different feel from a couple days ago. We didn't know what to feel about going into game 5, but going to game 6 feels like we got business to take care of. You saw I got pull the footage. Brunson after game 6 when it was over, everybody was hype. Brunson was in Android mode. Nah, no daps. It ain't time to celebrate because he knows. He saw the Halliburton skipping around like a fool during game 4.
OG, that was Drake music he was dancing to, by the way. That was Drake.
I told you, y'all lucky y'all ain't bet me. Wow.
BBL Trizzy. How do we feel going into game 6? Besides obviously the anxiousness and whatnot. Oh boy, what do you think? We're gonna go close this out. How do you feel about game 6 right now?
I'm a little nervous. But I think we closing it out tonight. I think game 5 just we took everything from them. We got a lot of rest. Our guys look healthy, and like I said, for this to be a night game, and so we basically got 3 days rest. But I think we get them out of here tonight. I think it's going to be a good game, a close game, no blowout. But once again, I think Brunson is the difference. The McConnells, all that's over with. That's over with. I really think we took their heart game 5. Like, it was to the point where it was like, they done. Rick Carlisle threw in the towel. His only hope is if the refs help him. And as you see, when they call a game, how they supposed to call a game, Indiana don't have a chance. So tonight, I'm taking our Knicks in the close game. I'm taking Brunson, not a 40-piece, probably a 30-piece. But I think DiVincenzo is going to have a good game, probably 20+. Hopefully real efficient as far as from the deep ball 3. But yeah, man, I'm nervous, but I'm confident and I'm anxious. I want to get it over with because I really want the Boston Celtics. I don't want to look past Indiana. We still got work to do because it can go to game 7. We're at their home, but I'm going with our Knicks today.
Lee? Oh, he's not in the building. I expect at least 35 points, especially if he gets into a groove. I think Halliburton's been hearing all the smoke coming for him. We'll see how he rolls in the first quarter. If he's just letting up like he did game 5, it's really over for them. I don't want to hear about injuries. This guy's been on a sore foot. I think if Brunson is comfortable, he's going for 35 easily. And I guess we got to watch Hartenstein's energy after game 5. I was like, yo, he is the difference. When he shows up like that, especially with this team, and he knows like, yo, there's nothing you can do with me. That changes everything. 29 offensive rebounds is nuts. Beating them by like 20+ rebounds is crazy. That's pure domination. You can't win. You can't beat that. Even if you can score whatever, Hartenstein's going to be the one that sets the tone in the paint. And the toughness for the New York Knicks, he represents that now, especially with Mitchell Robinson not being there. So I think he got the pep talk, but I don't want to overlook Brunson going for over 40, bro. I think he just got it. It's coming easy to him now. Like, he sees the game a lot slower. And this I was never a fan of this team's defense. You know me, I love Halliburton, but I know his weaknesses. You don't play defense, you're soft, and you're weak right now. And this guy, he's taking it personal, man. I like his focus. I never seen him like that after a game. I'm loving it. Expect 40+ from Brunson and another maybe a 20 rebound game from Hartenstein. And we win by 10.
Interesting. I'm probably a little on the other side. I don't think we lose this game, but I think this game is going to be a little tougher. We have not played well in Indiana in this series. Both two games. Game 3 was a tight game, but I thought we made a lot of mental mistakes down the stretch that coughed that game up, and then obviously Game 4 was an annihilation. So, but 82% of the time, NBA history in a tied up series in a game best of 7. 82% of the time, whoever wins Game 5 usually wins the series. So we in good position. My OG is a betting man. So if we're in good position to, win this series. But I tell you this much. We punked them in game 5. We punked them. We took a lot of their heart. You could see that the moment was a little too big for some of their better players, right? Like Halliburton looked like a deer in the headlights. He did not look like he came to play. Playing on that Garden stage, with the crowd going crazy. It's wild because the Garden is one of very few arenas, stadium, whatever you want to call it, that like it's like a bowl and everybody's like on top of you, but it ascends down like this. So the way you feel in there, the shot perception, all of that stuff is just different in there. And either you ready to rock or you not. And Indiana wasn't ready to rock and roll in Game 5, and that didn't help because we took their heart as well. So I expect us to struggle a little bit in Indiana because they do play with confidence at home. If we continue to get timely stops, if we continue to punk them on the glass, that's the thing. If we win the glass, we win the game, and that's what the tail of the series has been. Every game that we have dominated on the glass, they don't even stand a chance with us. So I definitely expect to win. But I do not expect us to blow this team out in Game 6. I think they got a little bit more pride than everybody's giving them, but they're not tough. And I think once we turn up, they can't match that. And I got us finishing this series off and getting ready for Boston.
Well, just real quick, Indiana gonna come out like gangbusters. We already know they're gonna come out excited. The crowd gonna be crazy. I'm looking to see, Deuce McBride, Burks, Precious, just how their confidence is going to be. And hopefully how they played last game rolls over into Game 6. So I'm also looking to see how Tibbs is going to coach and how deep he's going to go into the bench. So today I'm looking for everything, man. I'm looking for a good game. And like Flea said, I'm looking for a tough game. I'm looking for probably the lower hundreds, but I'm looking for a dogfight. And I think the refs is going to try to call it tight. And we just got to hang in there because we know they're going to come out. They're going to come out swinging. They're going to come out swinging. So we just got to try to sustain, make our runs, and just stay in the game. As long as we 4-6 point range, I think we fine. But I think with all this rest, I think we good.
This is the longest rest we've had in the series.
Yes.
Like this is the longest gap between games for both teams in the series. And I think for a team like the Knicks, who are nicked up, who are banged up, and can get as much rest as possible, I think we should have some legs tonight. We shouldn't come out flat. We shouldn't come out trying to knock off any rust. At this point in the series, I don't think there are too many more adjustments to make. You kind of know what you got. You know what you're rolling with. You know what Indiana's going to bring. Roll the ball out there and let's get to it.
I don't expect them to come out and I mean maybe they'll come out and some of them will try. We saw with Philly game 5. Game 5 was at the Garden, right? When we lost with Tyrese Maxey hit that shot.
Yeah.
I think Draymond or somebody said it. Philly, half that team came out like they didn't want to play and they knew it was over. And I see the same thing happening with the Pacers. Like when you don't, that's the difference. Like even with Golden State, say what you want, they always got this thing about them that they play with like this championship style when it's time to turn it up. And whether it's due to injuries or they're just older, they're washed, whatever the case may be, but they always do play with this level that I ain't never seen from Philly because their leader is is not really. He can't. He's never shown himself up in the playoffs. And then with the Pacers, who is really going to be the guy that is their top 5? Top. They don't have a Jalen Brunson. They don't like Halliburton. Might not be a top 10 player, top 15 guy, and this is a part of the reason why. I don't. Ant-Man has that.
I don't think he never was a top 15 guy, to be honest.
Right, but he was showing that he could lead his team and have a you could revolve an offense around him. But again, you need games, you need different parts of the season, and of course the playoffs. To the point you guys always harp on is in the playoffs is different, especially shout out to Dime, the second round. The second round, for some reason, ever since he said that, it makes sense. When you're in the second round, how do you play? How do you perform? That's why a part of us is like, yo, Joel Embiid, you never been to the conference finals.
Facts.
That's a big deal. So with Halliburton, it's like, bro, the fact that you didn't show up, injury or not, that says something. And you're the leader of the team. So for you not to like fall out and just be inspiring, you shouldn't look haphazard out there. That says something. And we got a guy that's just different. So when you don't have him sparking you up and you need TJ McConnell to spark you up, I don't see this going for after the first quarter. They need to keep the foot on the gas. They need to. Like, because I don't see the Pacers coming with any energy. I saw with Philly. We should have beat them in 5.
I think you're not being fair to the Pacers, to be honest. Every game that they've played at home, they're 5-0 at home in the playoffs. So we would have to be giving them their first loss of the playoffs. So let's not act like they play better at home. Their role players play better at home. Nembhard hit a 30-footer to beat us in Game 3. Like they're gonna come out with some energy. Their crowd is extremely raucous, so it's gonna be loud in there. We got to take that first punch in the mouth because they're gonna punch us in the mouth. I don't care what you say, Fabian. They're gonna come out and punch us in the mouth. We got to be able to take that first punch and really punch them back. And they can't dance with us in a boxing match. They can't. They're not mentally tough. And like I said, defensive rebounding, extra possessions. We are the kings of that. And if we continue to do that, the Pacers don't stand a chance.
So you do agree with me?
Well, just real.
Go to hell, Fabian. Like,
well, just real quick. Game 3, if I'm not mistaken, was a Friday. That was a nail biter. And like you said, young man hit that 3. And then Game 4, we turned around and played in the afternoon. So, I think that's why when we got punched in the mouth, we just was exhausted. Today, we got literally 3 days of rest. So I agree with Flea, Fabe. I'm not going to just totally disrespect Indiana and say they don't have no more fight in them and they're not going to come out swinging. Like I said, they play great in Indiana. They make shots. They're going to make runs. We just got to, like I said, I think today we have the legs to sustain it. We have the energy. We got enough rest. I think we're going to be all right. And once again, when you got the best player in the series, I keep telling y'all, as long as Brunson is healthy, we good. I'm putting it all on him.
No, but that's the difference to me. Game 4, Brunson didn't look like Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't even stop and go the same way. I think Tibbs also figured out his rotation, the minutes, everything. The starting Deuce McBride thing didn't happen in Game 4 either. And now you got that along with Brunson being, like you said, 2 nights off, not just one. And he did that off with 1 night off going to the Garden. I definitely respect what you're saying. They play different at home. All right, cool. I don't believe in y'all. I've been watching y'all. Enough is enough. Siakam, you're going to rob them for $200 million. Like I said in another episode. You've shown me nothing. I'm not scared of you whatsoever. And the Knicks aren't either. But the one, like I said, Brunson being focused like that, your guy being focused like that, locked in, there's nothing like it. I hated the Yankees growing up, bro, because I'm a Mets fan in late 90s. But this is what this feels like. He feels like Jeter. He feels like these dudes, and I'm so happy to be on this side because I hated watching that shit. I used to hate it, and I used to know, like, I used to hate it, but I respected it. That shit was like, it really felt like Babe Ruth's ghost was out there helping him out. It was mysterious out there. I love this.
And don't think Brunson don't hear Draymond Green, Paul Pierce, Chuck.
Oh, he
Don't
hear
think
everything.
right.
He hear,
Exactly.
he hear everything.
Exactly.
He
So
hears
so
everything.
yeah, that young man is focused, and once
He hears
again,
everything. He
when
hears
he's healthy and ain't hobbling, and he got some rest,
Mm-hmm.
in the end, it don't. I won't be surprised. Like I said, I'm gonna say 30 plus, but I definitely won't be surprised if he gives somebody a 50 ball.
I'm curious to see how they defend him tonight. I'm curious to see who they throw at him, how they defend him. You know, if we stick with the lineup that we stuck with, that we rolled with in Game 5. I'm curious. Did the start lineup come out yet?
But my mom, let's go check it.
He might put McConnell in the starting lineup.
I mean,
Let's see.
this is their this is their game to make the adjustment. We made the adjustment in Game 5. Now it's Carlisle's turn to make the adjustment with that. So I'd be curious to see that. You know, starting McConnell maybe, but they got to do something. Tyrese Halliburton is throwing up air balls right now.
Oh, also the way there's no lineup yet. I don't think. We're gonna see the chat real quick. Nobody in the chat. Somebody in the chat, let us know if you're what the lineup looks like. Injury report. I don't see anything. That's the other thing. Did you hear Carlisle the other day?
Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
With Carlisle.
Nah, what happened?
To me, you talk about waving the white flag. Like what was that? Drake, heart part 6, whatever that's called. Like read between the lines, bro. Yo, we ain't show no heart. They just play tough. They just play tough. There was no excuses. There was none of that. He saw his team get demolished. I don't think when you're a coach and you're trying to push your anyone to go do something and they're not doing it, he looks defeated, in my opinion. And if you're defeated, to your point, if you don't make a lineup change, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's not like was it Golden State 2015? They put Iguodala in the start lineup.
Mm-hmm.
That was different because they saw what Cleveland went up 2-1, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They had to respond to that, and they're a championship team. But Kerr did something. Yo, Tibbs did something.
Mm-hmm.
Check. Carlo hasn't responded. He left that. Was it Neesmith? Not Neesmith. Neesmith guards him well. What's the light skin dude? Neymar.
Nemhard, he's fooled.
Nemhard. Oh my God.
He's fooled.
Bro, he should never be out there. Like if I see McConnell out there more often than like, have we seen enough of a McConnell Neesmith lineup? Because you have to slow down Brunson if your guys slow down. I've barely seen it if there was out there, and it's not like it's visible. I don't remember it. I don't remember them stopping Brunson like that. Like Neesmith plays really good, but
you know what I'm
you gotta do something.
You know what I'm realizing? Indiana is the fraud. The Pacers are the fraud. Hey Fleet, I just sat here and was thinking like,
oh shit,
that's who the frauds. Yeah. Like y'all beat Milwaukee. We know why.
Mm-hmm.
Dame Lillard ain't played half of the series. Giannis played none of the series. Yeah, that's who the frauds is. Draymond, Indiana. You know what? You're right, Fade. Let's get him out of here tonight. Let's put him out their misery. And let's put Rick Carlisle out his misery. I'm being honest. He looked like this might be his last season. He looked like he ain't got it no more. He throwing the white flag.
They might send him home. Yeah, go on.
He might send himself home. Flee. He looked tired, man.
He's part of the older regime. You know, he's part of still that. You know, there's a couple. If I think about it, there's probably maybe 5 head coaches that are part of that older regime. Tibbs is part of that. Too.
That's a fact.
You know,
you put Tibbs in there.
I would say Tibbs, obviously Pop, obviously Carlisle.
Your man over there in Phoenix. What's the coach that won with LA with a chip?
I wouldn't say Vogel, but he is.
No?
He is. He got to be. Yeah, he is. He is.
Okay, so then where's the line of the
Vogel,
Mason line?
Spo was in that.
Right, exactly.
He's younger, but I'm talking about
been around,
long tenured coaches.
Yeah,
like
dudes, 10 plus years they've been around.
So 10 plus, okay, damn, you got 10 plus years.
You know what I mean? I mean, even a guy like Monty Williams is a tenured coach, been around for a long time. So
that's a fact.
They still, you know, Carlisle is part of that, you know. But as you see, though, they bringing in more these younger coaches, zero experience. You ain't got to have too much experience to, you know, get a head coaching job nowadays.
Yeah, that's new. Like the Steve Nash thing, JJ Redick. If JJ Redick goes to be an LA Lakers coach, even though I like him, it's Steve,
Ev-
no, Steve Kerr had general manager experience before becoming a head coach,
But
but he was.
everybody's trying to find that next Steve Kerr, that next guy that you could
You think
pull.
so?
Hell yeah, they've been
But
hell yeah.
but
All these,
For who?
but hold
But
on,
I don't
fellas.
see
Let's
anyone in that
no
category
no
because this
Flea.
is a guy who went role player, general manager, went to the sidelines, called the game, and then he became a head coach.
yeah.
I
But
don't see anyone doing that.
I'm gonna be honest. Let's not act like what he ain't inherit was crazy. So I'm not saying he's not a great coach. I'm not saying he's not going down as one of the greatest. But he inherited the Splash Brothers at the height of their career. So I'm not.
I don't agree with that. They weren't at the height. They were good,
He helped them make the
but
height.
they
Yeah.
he completely changed how they put the ball. Like they were good shooters. They became like great players under him. They were good.
Yeah, but he inherited a great roster though. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
hell
saying. I'm
yeah.
not.
That's a
That's
better
all I'm
roster.
saying. Right.
That's a better roster than the Knicks roster he was about to take.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Kerr was about to get the job before
But
Fisher.
okay, but it would have been interesting to see. It would have been interesting to see Kerr take on that team.
Yeah,
That would have been all right. Now let's see what you do with this,
yeah.
because that's, to be honest, that's where I gained confidence from Doc Rivers. They shouldn't know. Now he's a punching bag. But when he was in Orlando, with Darryl Armstrong and I think T Mac before T Mac got there, right
But
before he went
that's why
down.
he won. But that's why he won Coach of the Year, because that team was 500. You got that team to the playoffs, but that team had nothing. Like I'm gonna be
The
honest,
Magic?
y'all know black head coaches don't their first opportunity. They usually don't get a great head coaching opportunity. It just doesn't happen. And if you could find me one, let me know. Black head coaches don't get that good. Oh shit, this is a really good team, and I could take them to the next spot.
Well, Mike Brown got LeBron James.
Okay, one.
I know.
Give
I'm
me
just
some more. Like,
you
because
got
I
a
could
point.
run down,
Have
a whole list of guys that get shit jobs,
Yeah.
but now we give them an opportunity just to say they gave them an opportunity.
What's my guy Milwaukee? Got him a good job, and they fired him for
They,
nothing.
come on, come on, come on. Stephen Silas, they had
Yeah.
Stephen Silas crying
You got a point.
his exit press conference. At the end of the year, he was crying. Like, they do
Monty
these.
Williams.
Monty, well, come on, they do these guys, and
I don't think they did him dirty.
hold on. Let me be specific though. I'm talking about first-time black head coaches usually do not get those really decent jobs. They usually get the shit job, and I gotta make lemonade out of shit. Like it's hard. It's hard, but Steve Nash can get a job where Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are the guys that he has at his disposal. They didn't win, but he has that at his disposal. Man, like nah.
So, but this is it started with you saying they're looking for the next Steve Kerr, and that's what I'm saying. Like Steve Nash, at least Steve Kerr has a resume. Well, I'm very familiar with Steve Kerr because I hear him on the podcast. I hear him on the sidelines or calling the game. When they said they wouldn't hire Steve Nash, I'm like, what? And then on top of that, Kyrie said we don't need a head coach.
Yeah. They basically said we don't need Steve Nash. That's what that was.
So is JJ Redick kind of that without the general manager experience? He's kind of a role player, super college resume, but he doesn't have a general manager experience. All he has is really the podcast and the broadcasting.
But that's your resume now. You can go out there and your content is your resume, right? Like I feel what Paul Pierce said. He sounds like he could coach.
Right.
Sounds like it, but we gotta see him on the sidelines being a leader of men, and you know what type of coach he is. But yeah, anybody could sound like they could do anything. So
That was Mike Woodson's first job was with us in Melo. I thought he coached
first head coaching job. Nah, Mike, that was in Atlanta. His first head coaching.
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, what J Kidd was what? Was it the Nets?
All right, that's fair. That's another guy. Okay.
No, Flea, you're definitely correct. It's definitely not enough.
It's not enough, but that's fair.
You're right. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
Fair, though.
Look what they did. Look what they did to Chauncey Billups.
You see what I'm saying? Like they don't get They don't. Charles Lee, this kid Charles Lee is about to get, the head. He got the head coaching job for the Hornets. I hope he gets a long leash to Wes Unseld. Now
Think,
nepotism, his
think, right.
last name, but the Washington Wizards, they weren't very good.
Think about my guy Sam Cassell, been on the bench forever,
and,
and JJ
and
Redick is about to get a Lakers job.
No, he's
yo,
rumored. He's rumored
No, no,
with
no, no,
the
no. I
Lakers
know.
job also.
No. I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah, but we know who is at the top of the list, and it's just
right.
like so. It just makes Flea's point that it's like yo, and for me, if y'all gonna give Darvin Ham a job, well, why not try JJ or somebody else? I get it. I don't know. This head coaching thing is weird.
Nah. Darvin Ham was on the bench. Was on Atlanta. He was with Budenholzer, right? Atlanta and Milwaukee.
Yeah, he was
for like
on
9 years.
For a while.
Sam Cassell has 3 rings as a player and has been paying his dues for the last decade. He absolutely deserves a job. But you know the job Sam Cassell is going to get? They about to fire JB Bickerstaff.
Detroit.
They're going to fire JB Bickerstaff. They're going to trade Donovan Mitchell. They're going to trade Darius Garland. And they're going to give Sam Cassell the Cleveland job with just Evan Mobley. And they're going to be like, here you go. And they're going to expect Sam Cassell to make that team. Oh, we've been a playoff team the last couple of years. So here, Sam. And it's not going to be the same team. It's going to be a shit roster. And they're going to expect Sam to do something with that. And he's not going to be able to do nothing with it. He may lose his job. And then he don't get another head coaching job. It's just...
Can I ask y'all a question that maybe we can make it a topic for another day? If a head coach turns down a job, should they hold that against him or not get another job? Meaning, like, let's just say Sam Cassell comes up for what you just said, Flea, where Cleveland gets gutted out like what they did in Portland with Chauncey. I'm being honest. It's hard to turn down the money because now coaches getting good money. But do y'all think coaches should start turning down jobs and waiting for a better job to open up?
I'll say this, and we could save it, but I'll say this. Chauncey Billups can't turn down the head coaching job, but JJ Redick can and not worry about ever wanting to get another job. I'll say that. Chauncey can't turn it down and be like, okay, I'll just wait my turn. You may be waiting for a little while. JJ could say, I don't want the LA job. And if another job comes up, if the Washington Wizards call next year and say, hey, we want to hire you, and he feels like, okay, maybe I'll do it. He's gonna have his pick of the litter. Chauncey had to take that Portland job, or he might not have gotten another job. I'm just continuing to make my point. If y'all don't hear what I'm saying in the comments, please pay attention.
The comments so far, they're kind of like JG still got the podcast to fall back on. I think JJ Redick is like a celebrity at this point in terms of the basketball world. Like they're gonna know him more for this than playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if Chauncey Billups doesn't get another job. Like I think he's Mr. Big Shot was well respected. Like I didn't hear no smut on his name ever. He was on TV for a little bit. I'm pretty sure with other people is different. I don't hear the same prestige, like the same feeling for Sam Cassell. And Sam was a I love Sam Cassell. Back to the basket, he was a menace too. But Billups, to me, somehow he etched out this corner for himself in basketball history, and like he got this prestige to him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he had enough to go fight for another job and everything. Look at Ty Lue. Ty Lue had a great situation. He walked into that Cleveland job, by the way. Like I don't think it's what it was before. I don't think it's anywhere near what it was before. Moses over there in Orlando.
No, I'm not. I don't want you to confuse. Please be clear on what I'm saying. Half of the league, I highlighted it when half of the league has had black head coaches. And that is a fact right now. There's probably 15 black head coaches. So, yes, half of the league has black. What I'm saying, though, is that not a lot of the time do they get in a position where they're handed a job, where they're in a good position. Like Ime Udoka. He got a decent job. That was a decent first job, right? But
decent?
That doesn't great. He was in the finals his first year as a head coach. What I'm saying is that doesn't find me at how many times that happens. It just doesn't happen often. Jamal Mosley got an Orlando Magic job. That team wasn't very good. Now look at them though. New Orleans, they give Willie Green a job. They weren't very good. Now look at them. Like I'm saying if you're not going to give them the good job with a decent roster, allow them to grow. Don't kick them out the door because they can't win games because they don't have a good team. The JJ Redick is going to get, if he does take the job, he may get a 4-year deal, right? They're not going to fire him before the 4 years is up. They're going to allow him the 4 years to see,
Hey,
what
Flea,
can I?
that nigga getting fired, Flea.
Yo, they're going to give him that time. Yo, all right.
That nigga gonna get fired, man. Listen. He might go down as one of the worst head coaches ever. Listen, man.
I don't know.
He fooling everybody. Listen, man. Him and Kawhi Leonard. I don't know who is Kaiser Soze. I don't know which one to pick from, man. For real, man.
But I think, but even if he, hold on a second. The fact that Doc Rivers keeps getting jobs is nuts. I think he taught everything you're saying right now. He is.
Yeah,
like,
but that's
crazy
one.
what's going on with him.
That's one.
It's him, and then maybe all right. You got Frank Vogel somehow getting mad jobs. Budenholzer bounced around. Budenholzer, I thought was a fluke.
D'Antoni could keep a job anywhere he wanted to go. I want that job.
D'Antoni turned down job, man. Yeah,
you feel me?
Like, D'Antoni letting them know I don't even want to coach no more.
Yeah, I don't know if he still got cachet with his name, I guess, and they talk about him crazy, but
Byron Scott takes the Nets to back-to-back championships. Was Byron Scott the head coach for both times? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think
Lawrence Frank was the head coach for one of them.
But the way they see that's tricky, bro, because the way Kenyon Martin, Jason Kidd, the way they talk about Lawrence Frank is way different than how they talk about Byron Scott. Yeah. It's not like the respect you could tell. It's like we respect Byron Scott as a man, but he's a little bit too much. Yeah. He's trying to confront the players and everything. Like we ain't doing all that. And but for Kenyon Martin, I don't even know what's up with him. But he respects Lawrence Frank. But that's the thing.
The brothers that come from that era that turn into the head coaches, they're not well liked. Doc Rivers is an 80s guy, not well liked. Byron Scott, 80s guy, not well liked. Maurice Cheeks, 80s guy, not well liked by players of today. These are guys, they don't like these because they bring that old school mentality, and cats they're not with it. I just named 3 guys that have had multiple head coaching jobs, and through the league, the players, they don't like them. They bring that shit with them, and if you like it or you don't.
And to your point, Tibbs is the only guy who's tenured that long, been around for that long, and he's got that football mentality too. And I guess he got another. This is his 3rd gig. Pop, kind of a football football warlike mentality, a general mentality.
Yeah,
you don't have anybody that's like that. I don't know, because Doc to me keeps it funky. Like as much as we clown him, when I watch him on TV, he be having me rolling because I'm like, yo, you can't keep it that real, bro. Like that's keeping it real going wrong.
Right?
Like because I don't know how I would feel. I'm sitting there. I'm not trying to be. It's not sensitive. It's just, I don't think we should talk about that right now in front of the cameras, bro. Like Phil Jackson got away with a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, because he had the cachet. He had that guy. He built that cachet. Like if you see Phil's like pressers, and I this was something we did years ago. But if you see Phil's pressers from the 91 through 93, it's completely different than the pressers from 97. I mean, from 96 to 98. Like they're like night and day in terms of how he operates with the media. And then he's like polar opposite from the 3-peat with the Lakers. And it's like, it almost looks like 3 different guys, but it's just a maturation of him as a head coach and just knowing how to mess around with the media. It's fascinating. We did some shit. I'll talk to y'all about that offline, but we did some shit years ago with just to kind of peek at Phil. Because the conversation was, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time? Is it Phil? Is it Pat? Is it Pop? Is it, you know what I'm saying, who? So
young Phil Jackson.
I'm not asking you, OG. I'm not asking you. Fix your face. I didn't You see how you saw his face? Look, there he goes off camera. You saw his face? He was about to eat that shit up, boy.
Pop. Young Phil Jackson looked like Ravishing Rick Rude. He looked crazy.
Yo, I could read his face. He saw that. He said,
"You do the alley. That's your
what you about to say? What you about to say?"
I ain't saying nothing, man.
You didn't have to say
nothing. I know what Flea was doing. I ain't saying nothing, man.
Real quick, I know you got to run.
Yeah.
too, but hold on. We just mentioned his name for head coaching position.
Yeah.
He, I mean, talk about a guy who we can't claim is doing the same thing as everybody else in the media. He really watches the Knicks, and I think he captured what how we feel about them.
Knicks fans. Whether they make the conference finals, win an NBA championship this year, whether they even get out of this round, like there's going to be a nostalgia about this group. They have just like captured everything that Knicks fans love. And to me, they've captured everything that is right about basketball. They are a true team. And it's all led by motherfucking Jalen Brunson. Knicks.
I think there's not enough like
I like that guy. I like him. Talk.
I like JJ Redick.
I like that guy.
And he really captured, I think, what we feel about them. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where we finish at. It's like, damn, we're really behind this team all ball. So before you get going, how do you feel about what he said? Is it on point? A little bit far off? How do you feel?
Well, I think what he said is 100% on point, and he's actually being fair, because I love when he say even if they don't make it out this round, you got to remember people just totally dismiss that we're injured. Like I've never seen people dismiss a team like how they dismiss our Knicks. We are literally missing 4 players and 3 starters. 3 of the starters are potential defensive player of the year candidate, an all-star that averages 25 and 10 in the all-third NBA, and one of the best defensive big men in the game and the best offensive rebound in the game. And then we have a guy, Boggs, that comes off the bench that at any time can light you up, but he's guaranteed 2-3 threes a game. That is what we're missing. So I'm glad that JJ Redick said that, but he's 100% on point. Knicks fans, we just want a team that's going to fight. Do we want a championship? Yes. But we don't care if we don't get one as long as we know you laid it out 100% and you fought. And, JJ Redick been saying this for a while, him and Kendrick Perkins. What I like about them is they're not Knicks fans. They're basketball fans, and they're telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling the truth. And it's very rare that you're getting analysts and commentators to come on national live TV and tell the truth for whatever reason. And JJ Redick is telling it from, like I said, he played the game for years and he knows the game. And you cannot deny that what we say on this platform all the time, what these guys are doing is special, and this is going to be remembered forever. And like I keep telling y'all, other athletes, whether it's former or current, whether they're, retired or not, they're jealous. Because now the Knicks have a moment in basketball history in the year 2024. This team is going to be spoken about 10, 15, 20 years from now. Like, y'all remember when the Knicks had Brunson and the Villanova guys and guys like Barkley and Shaq? You got to think about it. Nobody talks, when we talk about the LA Lakers and the rings, we talk about Kobe Bryant. We don't talk about Barkley no more. No disrespect. We forgot Curry and them even won the chip a couple years ago. Once again, JJ Redick is 100% correct. And I love what he said. And I love anybody that's telling the truth about basketball and what's going on in the NBA, whether it's our Knicks or any other team. I'm just glad they still ain't talking about KD and LeBron and Curry and things of that nature. Zion. Let's talk about what's happening now. Let's be honest. And what's special is the New York Knicks.
What do you think, Flea?
I'm just glad that, the purists are paying attention, right? I'm just glad that the people that love the game, the people that are passionate about the game, the people that are objective, unbiased, just watching it for the love of basketball, understand that we're a real threat, that we're a real team, that this is not a fluke. Sorry, I went there again, but I had to, I'm doubling back. Like, this is not a fluke. This is real stuff. We have built something. The organization over the last 4 years feels completely different than the previous 10 years. It just feels different. when you're watching Knicks basketball, when you talk Knicks basketball, when you watch people on the television talk Knicks basketball, right? It feels amongst the players now. Even the players, I hear Paul George talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like he about to slither his way on his ass on over here. Like I could feel a different energy from these cats in the league, man. And like my brothers always say, stay your asses away. Y'all didn't want no parts of us. Stay away now. Stay away.
That's a fact.
Come on now. Like I'm just glad that we did this organically. We did this humbly. We didn't do this like, the era that we come from. We came from an era where we will give a Jerome James $80 million, right? We saw that. We know what that feels like, going to get a guy thinking that he's going to do something for us because he had a moment, and we can't duplicate that moment, right? I showed y'all the list of the last 10 years before Brunson. Every year was a different point guard. We did not have a year of consecutive years where we started the season with the same point guard. This is just a different time for Knicks basketball, and it is captained by Jalen Brunson.
Damn. You guys remind me of a couple of things I felt this week, especially after what JJ Redick said. Obviously we didn't grow up with Bernard King. But that name, like going back to when I said Chauncey Billups' name, is like he cornered himself, his legacy in the game. Like Bernard King got that. I don't care where, like for some reason, you cannot disrespect Bernard King. Like they'll overlook Patrick Ewing sometimes. Like not Bernard.
BK.
And just the way he breaks the game down. You go back, I got 6 spots on the floor, and now I know why, especially why. Now I feel I witnessed why with the New York Knicks with Brunson. There's no way possible, no matter what happens. God forbid anything. God bless him and his family. Hopefully everything just turns out okay. But this, to me, especially leading up to one game before the Eastern Conference Finals, hopefully we make it. It's going to be up there with anything, and to me, aside from the championships in Knicks history, because it's the team. It's what I've been preaching about. Dom always asks me that. He always refers to that. He's like, when they got Kawhi Leonard, I said, bro, I've seen that movie before. You don't think that's Jerome James, but that's like a Jerome James. That's like taking on Antonio McDice. It's no disrespect to Kawhi Leonard, bro, but you're taking a shot that I don't want to take anymore. That shit is not how you build a team. And as a fan, how am I going to root for you? What am I rooting for? I didn't want Kyrie and KD here because I didn't like that mesh. I didn't want Carmelo. We figured out why. We understand why now. Because of the politics and the business side of things, how it didn't work the way he really wanted it to work. Because it should have worked out for him way more. I'm such a fan of him now. That's a sidebar. But this is why, like, finally the owner got the hell out of the way.
Melo now, fuck, you thought I was gonna let that slide?
Yeah,
stay away.
You have to let it slide. You have to let it slide because the real comes out. Yeah. The real he stayed quiet. Everything about the way how he handled everything is amazing. He stayed quiet, and then now he's talking about, like, look, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get in the way, and basically saying I don't know how to handle all that. I'm not in charge of all that. But with James Dolan, again, like we referenced the other day, he got the hell out of the way. He's a major problem. Come on, the 90s and the 2000s, the biggest difference is him. It's him. You were in there trying to get Antonio McDice, trying to get this guy, You're the reason why we got Carmelo for one guy. We should have waited in the offseason, whatever it was. He's the reason why. And now he finally found somebody to run the team, and we can say wholeheartedly, Leon Rose and Worldwide West and these other guys, they did their thing, man. Because to believe in this kid, it's amazing. Like he's just, to me, he's already achieved being a New York legend, a Knicks legend. Jalen Brunson has, and especially with what JJ Redick just said, we're not gonna forget this team. Ever. I don't care what anybody says, whether we win or lose. We're never going to forget this team.
I ran into Antonio McDice in Chipotle. He didn't want to shake my hand. Fuck that dude.
He for some reason, he always looked like a piece of you-know-what. Like,
bro, we was on the Chipotle line, man. Oh, Mr. McDice, how you doing, baby? Oh,
wow.
All right.
Dude's just crazy, man. like you owe him something.
Like I did, son. And ain't nobody in there knew who he was. I showed him love. I'm like, God damn.
Well, listen, fellas, y'all know I got to run.
OG.
Listen, man, I see y'all tonight, Game 6. You already know how it's going down.
Yes, sir.
Knicks Rehab, Fabian, Flea. We out here, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
I had one more in the stash. Actually, you brought this up in the stash. Speaking of people that don't watch the game and just it'll lead into what us watching Game 6 and why we feel the way we feel about this team. But and the other people who clearly have not been watching, they decided to talk it up. They saw Game 5 and thought that they watched the entire Knicks season on what, how you say that, 1.5 speed, play speed or whatever it is. No, Paul Pierce.
Like, knowing that you had that they need, if something happened, they got to go to their bench.
What you not confident in the Knicks?
In the Knicks bench, what McBride,
Alec Burke has been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. McBride was put into the starting lineup.
You know, this is the crazy.
And then
thing
he went.
Think about this.
Nice on him at home.
Alex Burks?
Yeah. Oh, wait, McBride.
McBride was 7 of 15 and 3 of 7 from 3 and had 17 points. That'll work.
He was nice.
Yeah.
They inserted him in the starting lineup.
They did.
He was nice.
Yeah, he was good.
And Alec Burks has been
But
pretty. He
these
made
guys,
6 of 11 and 5 of 8.
You know what's so crazy? He had these guys on the bench buried.
Yeah.
You know, you had.
You know how it go. You know how it go. Coaches sometimes.
You had that nice little shiny bottle over there that was good over there on the shelf. Like knowing that was good, why don't y'all just bring that in? And then
Coaches coach different, man. You know how
that's
they
what
go.
I'm saying. Like people saying they had no depth. Obviously they had depth. Because look, they bringing these guys in and look what they doing.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But see, that's the thing. Coaches are stuck on their ways. You know what I'm saying? You got all this over here.
He showed that he can get out his own way last game.
It's by necessity. If these players don't get hurt, and you got all this,
I understand,
these shiny tools sitting over here that can work for you, and you're not using them.
Well, now he's using them.
Like, yeah.
Now he realized, okay, I got to use them.
Yeah, but now you're going to find out that in a Game 7 situation, because they ain't been there all year long.
Wrap him up.
They're not going to be mentally ready.
Wow.
Wrap him up, man. Like, it's just.
So, yeah, I because it's I hate the fact that they take what I say, not that they watched me, but they just go a different route with it, man. And you know I'm upset about that.
Yeah. I just, you know, it's the constant, like All Ball OG always says, it's the constant need to never be wrong, right? It's the constant need to never want to walk back anything you said because there's a level of ego, arrogance that you don't want to look vulnerable to the rest of the basketball community. But the fact remains, everybody finds a different angle to attack us at on our journey to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Everybody has found different angles to attack us. They had so many different storylines in the Philly series. We got them out of here. They have so many different storylines within this series. And right now we are in the driver's seat of this series, right? The next thing they're going to say is they're already saying Boston should rather play us than the Pacers, right? Like it's just nothing but finding different angles to shoot at us. And the fact still remains, we stay connected. I love the fact that we are so mentally tough, bro. Fabe, we are like, we don't let none of that bullshit seep in, right? The media, the who they said that, everybody over there acting like fake tough guy. Like, we don't let none of that stuff seep in. We a tight-knit group, right? We're going to go to the party together. We're going to leave the party together. That's how tight we are. So I just love that that this is who we have at our disposal right now. I would love to, be fully healthy, but the fact that we got guys that's gonna play hard for us every night, I'm cool with that. Go to hell, Paul Pierce.
I could just see why you got fired from ESPN, bro. Like, there's certain things that you go,
Keith, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga, Keith.
It's every day he does them. I'm like, oh, I can see why they fired you. Bro, this is not like if we have to turn it on the corporate thing, you be like, yo, Flea, we gotta listen. We doing this show, no cursing, no nothing.
Mhm.
This guy, I listen. I had to filter. I had to filter this one out. I just filtered a crazy one. I just feel I'm not saying that, right? I could just see why certain things happen to him.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yep.
Like some dudes are just reckless and don't learn. Bro, you're like 45, 50 years old. Some of this stuff is not funny at all. Again, even with Draymond, these guys sound like I just seen something where Draymond said that Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year and he can't guard Joker. So what are you gonna do? Take Cat off of him, which is working? That's your game plan? Hey, that you're the DPOY. You should be guarding him, so you're gonna guard him. I don't care if we're winning with you on him.
It's just again, there's a level of comic relief, humor, entertainment, and it's cringy and nasty when we watch it from guys who we have respect for their basketball IQ. You could literally see a motherfucker turn into a character in front of you, bro. That's what it is. You literally see a dude turn into a character right before your eyes, knowing that, dog, you know the game. You want to take shots at the Europeans every chance you get. That's your angle right now. Every chance you get, you want to shoot at one of the Euros. And it's getting corny. It's getting corny. It's getting corny. If Chris Finch sees that, okay, the matchup is better with Cat than it is with Rudy Gobert, yo, you could talk smack about Rudy Gobert all you want. We're trying to win games. We're trying to win games. We were the best defensive team in the league this year. That doesn't happen if Rudy's is not on the team. I promise you that doesn't happen if Rudy's not on the team. Now, he's not the sole reason why, but he's a huge reason why you guys defended so well as a team. So it's corny. It's corny. This is three. All right, I had enough too, because this is 3 episodes in a row that I'm speaking about this dude. I don't want to talk about Draymond Green no more. You're not getting nothing from me no more. I'm tired of this.
Nah, well, listen. I'm sorry. He does Knicks for clicks. If you elect to hop off, and we will, but I'm getting my. How we talking about Draymond?
I love it.
Please
man.
keep it going.
Yo,
Stupid ass headlines.
Yo,
Dumbass. No, because bro, how does Rashad McCants sound smarter than you in 2024? Cat Williams said it. The real is gonna come out. You either on that side or on God's side. And I'm not religious like that, but damn, that was prophetic. Hold up. Jason Edwards, newly found member of the All Ball family.
Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you, Jay.
Haters win, players play, losers lose, but winners win. Go New York. Simple as that.
Appreciate you, Jay.
And these haters keep. Oh, Jason, we need the haters to keep on hating because they keep giving me clicks. I was trying to see if the JJ Redick thing will give. He ain't give me nothing. So JJ, guess what? You ain't got no more live thumbnails, but you'll get some more thumbnails with me on the clips. You know what I mean? It's business. It's strictly business. I don't learn anything from them. What did you learn from Paul Pierce right now, besides the fact that you're dead wrong? It's hate
nothing.
watching.
But here's the thing: when they do get in that bag, they have stuff that you can learn. They get into that character mode, bro. I'm telling you.
But this ain't even funny.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's funny to the casual ear. To the casual ear, it's funny. They make it fun. But
right.
They, to the guys to say, to us, and that's
right. So I'm sorry. I want to critique what he actually said. No, Alec Burks was not sitting like a shiny trophy at the end of the bench, Paul Pierce. No, the hell he was not. We were disgusted with him. We all watched him.
We played him. We played him a couple times, and Alec wasn't ready.
When Tibbs benched him, we were like, yeah, that's the right move.
Yeah.
Again, you guys don't watch us because we're becoming a national story. You keep telling on yourselves. That's really the funny part. Now, because I watch the Knicks so much and I see what you guys do in real time, you don't watch the games. And you know what it is too? As for the kids, you think you're watching somebody that knows that much. They're taking a shortcut. They don't know what they're doing. They're going on the fly damn near. Look at his stupid ass glasses. Like everything about Paul Pierce right now. And how much did we hold him down over, like, let's say him versus Carmelo? And I'm saying, damn, I'd rather have Paul Pierce because skill set this, that, and the third. Now I'm like, wait a minute. You were supposed to be way better than when you were Paul Pierce. If we keep it in real, you didn't shoot that well. You didn't always play defense. Like, and I can see why now.
Well, Paul maxed out. He maxed out.
I don't think he maxed out.
Oh,
nah. I think there were certain years. Maybe because I used to listen to Bill Simmons back then, and he would break it down. Yeah. He's an all-time great, but
I think he maxed out. But I don't want to sit here and talk about Paul Pierce.
I think he lacks character. Oh! In real time, Travis Lucas,
new member,
YouTube member. Salute to all of y'all,
man. Salute.
You don't understand how this thing go. Like this is the gasoline for us. This is the oxygen. Is you guys helping us out with this, just becoming a member, and of course the comments and everything. Joining as a membership, being part of the family is just a different level. And just attacking people like Paul Pierce. We could jump him together. We could jump Draymond Green together. They sound like fools, man. We 13 minutes away from Game 6, and it's been a great Flea. Hold on. 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. We went back. I don't even know if I should pull up the video that we watched yesterday, where I was like, yo, man, I was killing this. I smoked that. Hold on. I smoked it in the face of my brothers. Yeah. All 3 of them. Yeah. Yo, Fabe, you wrong. Julius Randle goes down, the season is over. There was one Knicks fan, a brave one.
Yeah.
He said,
you stayed right. You stay solid.
I don't care if Julius Randle went down. He's not the ingredient to the championship run, to the Eastern Conference Finals run.
You stay solid.
You
stay solid, brother. You stayed solid. You ain't running from it. You stayed solid.
Boy, am I glad I was right. But I wasn't even as right. This is 3 games without Anunoby in the second round.
Yes.
So it's even better than I thought. Like, Brunson is even better than I thought back then.
This team plays with a lot of heart. This team plays harder than everybody. And the chemistry just is seamless. It just lines up with everybody, man. Take us home, man, because it's time to lock in for game 6.
Knicks Rehab. Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one, y'all.
Hold on, Smokey Froggy, what are you saying? What's his name said at the end of last game? There's only one dude who was starting at the beginning of the year who's starting now. Look where we at. Oh, is that true?
Who, Big Body Brunson?
Like, because Hartenstein ain't start. None of them. Josh Hart came off the bench. DiVincenzo might have been a bench player, right? So glad I found y'all.
Boston is shook, Trav. They're frauds. I'm telling you. I've been talking about that since the beginning of the year. I've been talking about how well we match up with Boston for a very long time.
Sure. I'm ready. I don't want to get into that yet.
Nah, we don't need to. Bring us home.
We got 1 game at a time. You saw Brunson gave us we focus. Game 6. Knicks Rehab. All ball. Big Flea. Favorite perspective. What y'all talking about, man? You know what to do. All ball TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.